And I call the honourable member for Bruce.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I want to welcome the member for Indo's motion. It's a unicorn of a motion. It's all too rare in this parliament, certainly the 4 years I've been here, that you ever get a debate about energy, climate change, renewables that deals in facts and figures, as opposed to ideology, blind prejudice and fantasy stories that we hear from the government day in, day out. The motion talks quite rightly about regional Australia leading Australia's transition to renewable energy, about the facts that the market operator advises that 15 gigawatts of coal-fired power is going to retire over the next 20 years. It's not a mad lefty fantasy. The market operator tells us this. That even the Prime Minister's fossil fuel mates that he handpicked for his dodgy commission to tell us how to get out of the recession that he's presiding over have admitted that renewables plus storage are the lowest cost form of energy, electricity generation, that the International Energy Agency says to governments around the world, use the trillions of dollars of stimulus to invest in renewable energy. That'd be a good idea, and that communities should benefit. But the context that this debate occurs in is key. It's not just about community renewables, and I endorse the contributions made. It is about the government's abject failure over 7 years and 19 failed energy policies to provide any certainty for this country about where people can invest, where we're investing in new supply and how we're going to deal with climate change. A complete failure. The Prime Minister's latest effort in an utter corrupt farce of the COVID Economic Recovery Commission process. In March, the Prime Minister appoints his mates from the fossil fuel industry, Nev Power, who's on the board of the gas company Strike Energy, and Andrew Liveris, unbelievably, who's on the board of Saudi Arabia's state-owned oil and gas giant Aramco. They won't release their conflict of interest declarations, they're secret, mind. And in this secretive multi-million-dollar exercise, which has no transparency, no accountability at all, just how this Prime Minister likes it, surprise, surprise, guess what they recommend? The answer is, when his fossil fuel mates get together, give us billions of dollars. That's it. That's the answer. Even worse, a pipeline from the East Coast to the West Coast, that failed, silly idea that's been rejected time after time because it doesn't and never would pass any robust cost-benefit test. This is rent-seeking nonsense, worthy of Vladimir Putin's Russia, not Australia. Now, if you read the detail, and this came out in a Senate inquiry, their little report, sort of buried in there, says, oh, by the way, Prime Minister, you should underwrite the gas supply at fixed prices. I mean, that sounds okay until you stop and think about what it means. We'll decode it. What it means is, Prime Minister, you should promise to pay us and our companies billions of dollars at a guaranteed price for years, even if global prices drop massively. That's what it means. And when questioned, Nev Power and the fossil fuel mates that the Prime Minister's got in a secret room advising him backed off and said, oh, well, it's not a final proposal, might not quite be what we mean. Well, it's what they wrote and it is what they mean. So even in future years, if tankers sail the ocean full of fossil fuels, looking for someone to buy them at a cheap price, don't worry, Scott Morrison's legacy will be the Australian taxpayers will keep paying for decades inflated prices. That's what it means. The so-called gas recovery is a slogan, and the government members' instructions are just to keep saying gas recovery, gas-fired recovery. It sounds good, like turning on the stove. It's a policy you get when you have a government led by a failed marketing ad man without a plan. Now, in case you think I'm just a mad lefty, I might be a mad lefty, but I'll make 3 points in closing. One, gas and coal, of course, will remain part of Australia's energy mix for years to come. That's a fact. Labor supports those jobs. The second fact is we also support cheaper power. The fact is renewables are the cheapest form of new energy. Cheaper, cleaner energy, you're going to back renewals. And the third point, and this is really important, in case people dismiss us as mad raving lefties, let the market rip. I say on this topic, let the market rip, because the market has spoken. Consumers have spoken. Even BHP is selling out of thermal coal. If you believe in market economics, as we hear from the government members they do, if you believe this, as opposed to just saying it and then doing another thing by giving billions of dollars of taxpayer money to your corporate mates in fossil fuels, if you believe this, let the market rip. Don't subsidise any form of power. The market has spoken. It will go to the cheapest, cleanest form of new energy, which is renewable energy. And so I thank the member for Indi for allowing a facts-based debate.